I'm ready. Okay, my name is Michael Roberts. Outside of being the AV guy for this, I actually work at a consulting company called SPK and Associates, headquartered out west. We are a CloudBees partner, so I want to talk a little bit about this this story of a CloudBees CD implementation for a client we did recently. A lot of our CloudBees implementations, the CD implementations, are usually 20-ish days of work, at least to get something up, which includes a discovery phase, as most do, kind of figuring out what's there, what tools are in place, and then implementation phase. And that could be really anywhere from 2 weeks to a little bit more than 2 weeks, could be 3. This is where we set up servers, get the base software installed, and get basic images in place. And then last but not least, we try to train our customers so that they can manage and maintain and develop those pipelines as we walk away from the thing. Now, after things are installed, we have to actually see how the implementation went. And this example is a recent implementation that we did maybe 7 months ago. And the first part of it was great. We walked in and we said, hey, show us all your documentation. And they gave us all these really great Visio diagrams and chartleys and all that stuff, and it was awesome. But then we realized that none of that documentation was accurate at all. 80% of it was wrong, and nobody in the company really knew how the system worked at all. So we're kind of going in a little bit blind. And so that was kind of our first inclination that this could be a little bit ugly. So then the second phase was actually talking to leadership, and they were like, wait, you actually can give us a dashboard that shows that builds failed? Yeah, that's not abnormal. That should be the norm, right? And this is where some of our engineers kind of really went, wait, why are we in this engagement? What did we sell them, and why are they not asking for more? Side note, Will Smith has been banned from all DevOpsDays Raleigh for the next 10 years. Is that right? Okay, just making sure that announcement's right. So then step 3 was really interesting. When they had their testing environment was 2 old servers that were probably bought in the 90s. And that was expected to mirror their production environment. As we all know, testing environments are usually not used with the same budget, and for whatever reason, it gets nothing. But they really needed so much more. And we really had to educate the leadership that, like, hey, this doesn't mean you need to go out and buy 20 bare metal servers tomorrow, but you could do this virtualized as well. Like, there's no reason not to have something. Now, the installation of this stuff is not rocket science. It's the equivalent of the wizard with the next, so I won't bore you about any of this. But one of the important parts about the installation process of CloudBees CD is that you don't want to bork it up. And we have had customers that have done that wrong in the past that have caused a lot of problems down the line. Here's a base implementation. We build a skeleton and kind of give the customer an idea of what is there and what exists. And then we start talking about what can be done and what is possible. And this is really where like the ideas start coming out once we get stuff installed. And as usual, we do have to implement or integrate some of the tools that they already used, including Jira and JFrog in this implementation. JFrog was really weird, or sorry, the Artifactory implementation was really weird because they weren't actually using it for artifacts. It was delete and replace, which I don't know why we did that. And then the last part was training. So we showed them some of the errors of their ways and ways they could get better, and gave them a roadmap essentially as we walked away. So that whole teach a man to fish model is the model we follow. And it was really nice at the end when our stakeholders, the engineers that we were training and helping deploy this, they could actually talk to the executives and sound really awesome. And it was a really proud moment for us. We shed the little tear as we closed things out. So this was the results of that specific implementation. 216 times faster. That was pretty cool. We automated about half of their manual steps and gave them some dashboards so that people could actually see what the heck was going on. And if you want to download that case study, it's free. You can download and look and see what we did. It has a lot more details than I could cover in the 5 minutes in this Ignite talk. And I believe this is where it was. There we go. A little bit about the company I work for. We're based out of Scotts Valley, California, but I am the sole East Coast representative here. We're a woman-owned business, which is really cool. We've been around for over 20 years and deal with some really cool technologies, including some stuff in the MCAD and electric CAD space. If you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, that makes it easy. Feel free to scan it if it stays up there. Otherwise, I'll be around. Feel free to grab me. Thanks, everybody.